I'm just going to run through how to set up the WordFast project, which is A12. I've installed WordFast Pro in an Ubuntu computer, and now I'm going to create a folder on the desktop, and I'm going to call this just going to put this here so you can see it, and I'm going to change the title of that folder. I'm going to call it XML translation. The names are not important, but I'll try to keep them more or less as they are in the instructions. So now what I'm going to do is download some material from the website. So this is our classroom, and I'm going to resize the window here to fit it in where we are working. So I need to go to A12 and download the XML filter, and I'm just waiting for that to download. That's downloaded now, and now I'll go to the source XML file for translation and download that. And now I'm going to put those in the folder that I've just created, which is here. So if I go to my downloads folder here, I should be able to find the files that I've just downloaded. There they are, those two. So it's that one and that one, and I'm going to put them in the XML folder. So there they are. They've got numbers because it's not the first time I've downloaded these, but I could get rid of the numbers now if I rename the files. So that's the source, and this is the XML properties file. So now what I'm going to do is create a project. So I go to create a project, and I'm going to call this XMLTR, and it's going to be from English. I'm just going to call it English. You just need to make sure you keep, once you decide on the language definition, that you don't change it, because these things need to match up. So this is English and Spanish. It's a long list. Nearly there. There it is. So now I've created the project. Now if I go to preferences, I don't know, those two I don't really want. Doesn't allow me to use that one because it's Catalan anyway, and that one I don't want. Okay, so now I'm going to create a new translation memory, and I'm going to put it in the same folder. So that's on the desktop, XML translation, and I'm going to give it the name XML ENES, and I'm going to save that. Okay, and then I need to I can just exit that. So I've got the existing project, so you can say OK there, or you can go into preferences, it doesn't matter. I'm going to go into preferences. This is an abbreviated list, the full preferences list is available in the edit menu. So I'm going to go to the I can't see the thing I want to see there, so I'm going to have to say OK and OK here to exit, and then close that and go into the edit menu, preferences, and now what I want to do is use the filters formats option here, which wasn't available before. This is the full list of options, and here I want to create a new text-based. I've got some old ones here which I'm just going to get rid of so that they don't confuse us. These are old demos. Then you can't use the XML filter because you need to edit it, and if you don't know how to edit it, it won't work. So don't use that one. What you need is a text-based filter, if I can find that. Here we've got a text filter. We want to have a new text-based filter. Perhaps we can find it here. There we are, text-based filter. So this is, I'm going to call this my XML filter. Okay, and then in this case you're offered the opportunity to say where the rules are, and these rules are where I've uploaded them, which is on the desktop here, XML properties. So now I've got that, and I say apply that and OK. So now all I need to do is open the source file for translation. If we look in the folder briefly, we can see that I've got the source file for translation 1, 2, 3. Yes, 1, 2, 3, the XML ENES. These are the translation memory files, and the filter file, which we've already imported. So now what I'm going to do is open the source file. I'm working without terminology here. So if I open the source file and OK, and I use my XML filter, then it will initialize, and there it is. So, and you can start to translate, although we're not going to translate now, but that's setting up the project without terminology. I'm going to put it on the TM lookup tab at the bottom there. If you look here, this file has been created. In fact, WordFast doesn't touch the source file. The source file is maintained, so even if you open the source file in WordFast, it will actually open the source.xml.txml file, which is where the translation takes place, and that file contains the source and the translation as we do the translation. You can look at these files in a text editor if you want. They're all plain text files. If you make a mistake and you can't open your translation, for example, if you use the wrong properties file, then you need to throw away, you need to eliminate your TXML file before you start again, because if you don't eliminate your TXML file, WordFast will always go to the TXML file that isn't working, and you won't be able to get into your translation. So, and if you start writing your translation, then you're going to see lots of different colors, and you can see what those colors mean in the WordFast manual, but you can also see them, I think, in your preferences here. If we look at the preferences here, there are the colors, and that tells you what everything means. But if you want, you can change them as well. These colors are not fixed. They are pre-configured but can be changed. So that's how to set up the translation project without terminology. I'll see you next time.